Hi, my name is Frank Yosa, and I just finished my first year. And I thought I'd give you some tips. I was actually in the lab program as well, and I was asked to see if I could be on a panel, but couldn't make it, so I thought I'd send in videos instead. So one of the tips I learned in the lab program is to be efficient with your time, whether that be standing on the metro and reading, getting some work done. Here's an example right now. I'm driving on my way home from the airport and using that time to make a video, putting the camera on my steering wheel here so you guys can get some of my tips. So first of all, I want to talk about note-taking. If you're going to use your computer, turn off the internet. 80% of the people will leave the internet on thinking that you can multitask. You can't. You will miss that quick important statement that will be on the exam. You'll miss the finer things. I would say about 80% of the people are surfing. If I'm behind them, I can see that 80% of the people with the computers on are surfing. Just why bother? I actually did not use a computer. I went old school. I stuck to paper and pen, and I got a great tip from another lab person, which was to draw a line right down the page and have your cases on the right-hand side, and then notes in class when the teacher's talking about those cases on the left-hand side. Because otherwise, what I was doing previously was writing about a case and then writing about the next case, and then notes would be on another page and they wouldn't be able to work together. I also use two different colors of pen, so I'll brief my cases in black, and then when I come to class I'll have it in blue so I can add to the notes that are directly related to the case notes, or I can add notes on the left hand side that are more about the classroom. So that was an extremely effective way. Another thing I did with my notes, which I found really helpful during exams, is before every case, before the case name, I put the page number. Where does this show up on the textbook, page 43, whatever. And then at the end I would always put the year of the case and the state of the case, or if it's the Supreme Court. Now with a little note saying, NYC 63 or something like that. That was very helpful because sometimes the state will matter. Let's see what else I got here. And for those of you that do use paper, you might end up retyping an outline at the end, or going to the WCL has a database of outlines, so you can use those outlines. And you can also sometimes, if it's an open book, open computer test, and there's no special software required, you're actually allowed to have your notes, your outline searchable. So if there's a question about estoppel, you can actually do Control F, search your notes or the database notes for the word estoppel, and immediately get to that section, which can be very handy when you're in a time crunch. If you're easily distractible, sit towards the front of the room. Otherwise, you're going to get all these distractions. People watching TV. Some people are watching TV, actually watching like baseball games. It's quite distracting when you're trying to concentrate on something and someone's checking sports scores or actual live TV. It blows my mind. Hold on, I got to turn here. Hopefully it doesn't make you sick. Let's see what else I got on here. The reading. At first it's going to be complete gibberish. It really is something that you need to go through to kind of be able to pull out what's important and what's not. Here's something that I learned. I don't know if I really like it, but my grades might have suffered directly from it, but I'll tell you about it anyhow. Case notes and legal briefs. There's oftentimes a book that's a small, like Cliff Notes type book that is a ½ inch thick, that is keyed to the large 3-inch textbook that you have. And what you can do is, if you read just these legal briefs, it's a 1-page summary of this 10 to 20 page case that you might be reading. You will be in major trouble if you just read that by itself. You'll get called on, and the teacher will know that you read the 1-page summary and missed some of the crux of the case, and they'll actually ask specific questions knowing that will tell them whether or not you've read that. So don't do that. But as a supplement, to either scan it first to have like a not hierarchy, but have a high level understanding of what it is and then go deep in the material, can be very helpful, or vice versa. you read the entire 10-15 pages, and then you go back to the one-page summary and see if you were able to get the same out of it as the summaries did. But if you do that by itself, it's going to be very bad. Buying books, I bought my books used on Amazon. Make sure you buy them with expedited shipping, 2-day delivery. Otherwise, the default is a media mail that can take 14 days to get shipped to you. So find a vendor, used book vendor, that will sell them with expedited shipping. And if you end up dropping the class or you're done with the course, then you can actually sell them back pretty easily on Amazon, unless the book suddenly goes out of print, which really stinks. One thing I did is I cut my books. There's another video that I posted. I think you can search YouTube for cut law school books. And I went to Staples, had them cut off the binder and make it into 3 small packets so that I could take it more efficiently. So I'm not lugging around super heavy stuff. I don't have them around here, but that was really handy. Let's see what else I got here. That's it. I think that's pretty much it. Have a good time. Again, with those case notes, do not use them as a shortcut. I think I used them a little bit as a crutch, and my grades suffered my second semester. Did good the first semester. One last thing, when building the outline, what I did that was quite effective was putting the 100 cases all on one piece of paper, and while I was taking notes, I put the page number and the state and the year, but I also put which side won. So I put defendant 1 and I'd circle it in one color, or plaintiff 1, circle in another color, because when you're given an example in an exam, it's going to be one side or another side winning a particular concept. So you can go to your notes where that concept is, and then look for the one where the plaintiff won, and that's the case you're going to cite. So this one sheet would have all the cases and a brief, like 2-3 word summary, Harry Hand case, or something that would immediately trigger what that case is about. So then if you have time, you can reference back to that case, but you have a cheat sheet of sorts of the 100 cases with the page number, so you can immediately reference it, and try and get in as many cases as possible into your exam if it's relevant. And that really is going to help you out a lot, is to throw in a lot of cases. Well, it's kind of like this because of this, but this is how it's different. That will be very effective. Hope that helps. Feel free to send me an email if you have any questions. Frank@frankly.com, FRANK@FRANKLY.com. And also, this is the biggest tip of all for the writing. Use your lap mentors, or the 2 students that are there to help you. That helped me get the second highest grade on the writing class, and second highest grade on the first paper. The last paper was another thing, because what happens is all the people that did not do well in the first paper, they then bring up their game, and I think I probably got a little bit better, but everyone else far surpassed me. So my last paper was not nearly as good as my first paper. So definitely focus on the first paper, getting a good grade, because that will help your averages. And not enough people ask for help. It's ridiculous. I don't know why. Someone the other day said, "Oh, I've never gone and talked to a professor," and they're bragging about that. It's like, that's ridiculous. So few people will actually use their professors wisely, and the other tutors that are there to help you. They're not going to write your paper for you, but they can help you understand it. And the writing part was the most frustrating part for me. I sometimes had to completely throw away and start from scratch my paper 3 times. It was really, really hard, but those helpers really did help me understand where I needed to go. All right, thanks a lot. Bye.